It's spray painting time in long form, because I'm going to actually be teaching you how to do it this time. I'm going to show you what you need, what you're probably going to want, and how to do it. So let's go. This is all you really need. Somewhere to do it outside, something to paint on, a circle to cap it off, and a can of black and a can of white. If you want it to be more pleasant, you're going to want this. Some kind of tarp, a mask, and some gloves. The mask to deal with the fumes, and the glove so you don't get it on your hands, because trust me, it'll take days to come off if you don't. The reason for the tarp is pretty obvious. You don't want to get paint everywhere. If you want to have options to make it actually look nice, you're going to want some of this. Different colors to work with, things to texturize, and more circles to cap things off. You can use all kinds of things for your caps. Old spray paint lids, flower pot with a piece of tape on it, take-out containers, all of it works. If you want to add some smaller stuff to your painting, bottle caps and actual rocks work pretty well too. Bottle caps for moons and the like, and the rocks for meteoroids, asteroids, meteors and asteroids. Don't know why I stumbled over my word there. You're gonna pick an undercolor. I'm gonna go with Gloss Seaside. Shake it up real nice. Pick a spot on your canvas. Spray out a little circle. You're gonna wanna let that sit for a couple of minutes, or at least a couple of seconds. Let it dry off a bit. You're gonna pick another color, Gloss Real Orange. Shake it up. Spritz it on top. You can either use texture, or, like I am right now, back of the glove. You can also grab a piece of paper from your box. Use it. Or your sponge or whatever texturizing implement you want to use. Again, let it dry for a second. For shadowing, you can either use a black or a dark blue or purple. I'm gonna use the dark blue. You can use other dark colors too if you think it'd pair well with your planet. I'm gonna use Indigo Streamer, like I said. And you just want to lightly get your edge in a kind of crescent shape. Then you're gonna pick your cap. I'll use this one, I think. And you're gonna find the most appealing bit of texture. I think, here, it was in the way. I think right here should do. Yeah. Actually, let me double check. I think actually I'm gonna do right there. All right. This time we're gonna use our black as the undercolor. Dogs barked. They still bark. Again, just pick whatever spot feels right. Let's do a little bit of a bigger circle and let it dry for a second. I think I'm gonna use both my Heirloom White and my Summer Squash for the top color. Well, top colors. All right, we're gonna spritz the yellow, then the white. Texturizer. And the squirrel is doing its best to peeve off the dogs. But there we go. Nice texturizing. The yellow didn't come through quite how I wanted, but we're gonna do the shadow anyway. Gonna use the satin albergy or whatever. Again, just like before. Light. Ooh, actually I like that. Yeah. Do that. Again, let it dry for a second, and then we put its cap on it. And right there should be some pretty good texture. Let's do one more with the base of the Gloss Colonial Red. Right about here. Do a smaller one. For the top color, we'll use this Brilliant Metal Finish. And then hit it with the texturizing. Give it a little swirl, some dabbage. Yeah. And we'll do a black shadow on this one. Try and go light, and that actually looks like it got pretty good. Choose the most delicious area of texture to cap off. Right here, where the overspray mixes with the natural flame blade color, we're gonna stick a rock for a little asteroid. We'll do the same right here as well. Yeah. Now, as this way, on this side is where our shadows on the planets kind of sort of roughly are. We're going to take our black and lightly do the whole thing coming from this direction. It's okay if you leave a little gap here and there, because we're going to come back with another color, but you want to spray in this direction. Now we're going to spray in the opposite direction with our Indigo Streamer. And we're going to do the same thing with the satin albergy. This time a little lighter. Again, spraying in the direction that the plant is lighter. And here's a little light misting. We'll do one more spritz with the indigo streamer. Just break up the purple a little bit more. The reason why we did it that way is because if you look closely, you can see it creates a kind of a shadow effect. Especially right there, you can see it more clearly. For the Galaxy Arm Nebula strip thingy, we're going to take this Satin Lagoon, and from higher up, we're just going to kind of go like this, in the area we want it to be, about like that. Then we're going to take our lighter colored gloss Seaside, holding it a bit closer, go across the same area. It's decided to sputter on me. Not a good sign, but oh well. And now we're going to do the same thing again, but with the Heirloom White from even closer in a quicker, lighter burst. Kind of like that. Now right here, where it kind of covered, the white kind of covered up the blue, we're going to lightly dust it again with that Satin Lagoon. And let's say you're saying that came out a bit too strong, but oh well. Just lightly kind of dust the edges a bit. Now for the stars, from about 2 steps back, we're going to take that gloss orange, hold it upside down, and just put a little bit of pressure, like so, right there. And then I think we're going to do it from about right here. A little slight bit of pressure to where it just dribbles out a bit. There we go. A bit on my finger, so I'm going to kind of go like that to get it off and add a bit more. Same thing, but with the summer squash. Very light. Come on, don't dribble more than I want you to. You gotta be real careful because we got a big dribble right there. Here, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my thumb and kind of tap it around like this. Get a pattern going, kind of. The bottle cap, stick it kind of on the edge. If I can get it to stay, not stick to the glove. Come on. Come on. There we go. Then try and very carefully it with the indigo streamer again. There we go. All right, now we're going to take the Heirloom White and, again like before, try and pressure control. Get it to just sputter. Come on, sputter for me. Come on. Sometimes it wants to fight. Maybe if I hold it. Come on. Okay, didn't want to cooperate. Hold it like this, put our finger in front of it, get a bunch of it on our finger, set the can down, and hopefully flick some out, but it doesn't seem to cooperate. Sometimes things just want to fight you, and sometimes the dogs just want to bark at nothing. Try again, come on. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. There we go. Just dribble them all over the place. Now while that dries for a second, you can start picking this kind of stuff up. Put all your cans back in the sack. After it's dried off somewhat decently, you can start taking off your caps. That accident there actually created a kind of neat planet. Or moon, whichever. Check our asteroid. Turned out pretty nicely. Just toss your caps back in the bucket. That one turned out pretty nice. Cap in the bucket, pull off your rock, toss it in the bucket. Oh, I like how that one turned out. Toss the cap in the bucket. Take the cap off, and that one turned out pretty nicely too. Here, let me get a better angle. Glare kind of hides it, but that one looks pretty nice to me. Now this is when you want to decide if you want to make any touch-ups with the paintbrush, but I don't think this one needs any. I like how it turned out. The last step is to bring it inside and sign it. Sign it. That was not as thin as I wanted it to be. Whoops. Oh well. Then you take your final picture and board all your files over to your computer. You edit your video clips together, put some Gurren Lagann music in the background, tell anyone still watching to like, comment, and subscribe, and then you upload it to YouTube.